Emma, I've loaded your program and I'm not getting it to run. I don't know if it changed things when you saved it or not, but let's look at it because it's got a lot of issues that I'm having to correct even try to run it. So the first thing I see is somehow we got a carriage return in here. See, this is if I put that down there like it is, and I see you've added some things. We had the name, strength points, motto, and weakness. You've added villain. You deleted the motto. You've got special move and weakness points in addition to the strength points. But when I run it, there's an error, syntax error in line 6, which means there's some problems here. Um, oh, this is a plus. Looks like it was a shift error, so it need to be an equal. And weakness points should be, oh, you shifted, you was holding the shift down. I'm sure that should have been 0. Weakness points equals 0 instead of 2 parentheses. Uh, now it still says there's a syntax error there. It may be this has to be indented, and this has to be. It's like I say, I don't know if saving it caused some of those errors. All right, let's try it again. No, it still says bad syntax on line 6. Oh, I think the error is there's not a space between define, and initialize. Let's see if that does it. Yes, now there's an error on line 14. So yeah, we're missing a space there. 14. Define, add strength points, which is that, but this, I don't know what happened. That should be underneath it right there. Self strength points. This is the add strength points method, yes. And then you added weakness points and you deleted saved world. So you're doing some interesting rearranging of the stuff, but I guess as long as it works okay. Still says 14 has a problem. Oh, that should be a comma between there. That's going to create an issue because that's 2 things it needs: the hero name and the amount of points. So self, comma, and points. That's the 2 things it needs: self, comma, points. Okay. Line 25 now. Oh, this looks like it should be part of this line. So let's delete the carriage return. Again, I don't know. Same thing here. It's like an enter got hit on the end of those lines or something, and it cut that line in half. So let's run it again. Okay, now it runs. And let's see, superhero name, good. You're using superhero.name instead of typing this name. That's good. Was the protector? Well, we do need some spaces in there. See, Spider-Man is like all one name. You want to print spaces. One day green with extra spaces. Goblin tried is one word, spaces. In order to challenge Spider-Man E, oh, we got all that together. Put extra spaces inside the quotes because say, I want to print a space before the word used and after the word caused and before the word damage. If we put all these spaces in here, it'll be a little easier to read because it's putting things together there as one word when it should be different words. So spaces. Okay, now it looks okay. Spider-Man was a protector in New York City. One day Green Goblin tried to take over the city. And so you have the superhero.villain, which you created the villain up there. That's great. In order to challenge Spider-Man, superhero name, he took many people hostage, including Spider-Man's girlfriend Gwen, Green Goblin, superhero villain, used stink bombs, which caused weakness points. There's the weakness points you added in there. He didn't give up, kept fighting. This termination gave him 500 power. So the 100 damage, I guess, is not off his strength points. Okay, special move. Use this web slingshot. The only thing you didn't do is you have these 2 methods. You didn't call either one of them. And that was one of the things supposed to happen. You're supposed to call add strength points and call add weakness points. So like in strength points, if he got stronger at some point, let's see, did you have anything where he got stronger or weaker? Well, you did have damage to Spider-Man. So we could say at that point his strength would go down. If you went, if you say Spider-Man's strength went down, we could use the add strength points to do that. See, he was a superhero, right? So superhero dot add strength points. I'm using the add strength points method that's created up here. And I could say he went negative 100. So it went down. So look, now when we print Superman strength points, it should be only 400 instead of 500. It's determined gave him 400 power because we have to call those methods. And since your story said it went down to 100, we do that. We would also need to do the weakness points. And you have it where it adds weakness. So self weakness would add. So something in there where it adds to the weakness. Maybe the villain gets stronger and his weakness points somehow. So, but you didn't call the two methods that you created your own method for the second one, deleted the save world, which is fine, but you needed to call it that. You're supposed to call the two methods at some point in your story. But you did a good job of using all of these to refer to your hero. Because if you changed your hero, like if we went spider instead of Spider-Man, maybe it was a Spider Girl, and it would automatically change that in your story because you used the superhero name. And that's why we do that, because if you end up changing it at some point, it should automatically fill your story and populate the new name all the way. Spider-Man. Good job. Yeah. But the only thing is you really missed was, well, there were some errors. It wouldn't even run because you had parentheses there and you had a plus there, and I'm not sure about some of the spacing was messed up, and some of these had, like, in the middle of the sentence somebody had hit enter and it was down the next line or something. A lot of weird stuff going on with that. But the biggest thing in there is you didn't call these two methods. So we had some errors and didn't call those methods. Otherwise, I do like what you did. I like you created the superhero equals with all the attributes. Some people struggle with that. I'm glad to see you got that, including adding your own attribute on top of that and modifying some of the ones that were there. So that's not a problem at all. So, all right, I'll see you in class.